Hi everyone, I'm FM Greeno. This is episode 12 of the Greeno Tour, and it's Cup Final day. That's right folks, today we have a Cup Final, not the Scottish Cup, of course, it is the SPFL Trust Trophy Final, which I guess is kind of like the League Cup for Scotland, but with a bunch of weird extra teams thrown in. So if we take a look at our route to the final, we joined in the second round. We beat Inverness Caledonian Thistle Reserves 3-0. In the third round, we then went to Hamilton and we beat them on penalties after a 0-0 draw. Fourth round, home win 6-0 against Cefn Druids of Wales. The quarter-final saw us see off Ross County 4-0. Semi-final, we travelled over to Dublin, beat St Pat's Athletic 1-0. Really great performance that was. And so that brings us to today, where we have the final against Queen's Park. We're playing in the Broadwood Stadium, which is the home of Clyde. Not too far for the Stirling fans to travel, so we should bring a fair few down, I would guess. Let's go and have a look at how we've been doing in the league as well. Well, the big news, in terms of our league position anyway, is the form of today's opponents, Queen's Park. They have fallen apart in recent weeks, so they drew with Airdrie, drew with us, and then got beat 4-0 and 4-1 in the league. So that basically means that the league table now stands with us on top, 67 points. That's 11 points clear of Queen's Park, who are on 56 points, and there's only 6 games left to play. So unless we have an absolutely catastrophic performance in the last 6 games of the season, we are going to get promoted as champions. Here's how we're setting up for today's cup final against Queen's Park. Very familiar lineup. Solly at right back, Anderson at left back, of course Eastwood in goal, Pekua and Jones at centre half, Hodson, who's kind of made that holding midfield role his own in recent weeks, McEnroy and Mitchell in the central midfield roles, Bikey on the left, Wilson on the right, and the goal machine Ryan up top. There is one guy who I'm a little bit disappointed misses out today. We got him on loan from Glasgow Rangers, Adam Devine, 18-year-old centre-half, and he's been pretty good so far for us on loan. But he's cup-tied. He obviously played for Rangers reserves in an earlier round. Anyway, that's how we're set up. Let's get into the game. So there's our lineup. Very familiar, as we already talked about. Let's have a little look at what Queen's Park are doing. Pretty similar to our lineup. Murray up front is a bit of a beast. Very physical kind of presence for them, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. Seems like there's a decent crowd in here at Clyde. Yeah, both teams have brought a fair contingent of fans along, so that's good. That will be good for the coffers. Our financial position is pretty strong. We've actually managed to make about 100 grand this season, so that's put us in a really strong position going forwards. Obviously, if we are to get promoted at the end of the season and move up to the championship, a discussion needs to be had as to whether we become a professional club, I guess. I imagine the board won't be too happy about it, but I think for us to bring in the kind of calibre of players we're going to need to make an impact at championship level, that's something we really need to think about. Oh, what a hit that is. You go a goal down, you can't really complain too much at that. A volley from just over 20 yards out. We caught that absolutely perfect. We could maybe have done a little bit more work to cut the cross out, but what a hit that is from Slater. So yeah, so some of our better players, Lloyd Jones, for example, Mitchell in midfield, clubs have started sniffing around them. Lower league English clubs. They're the kind of clubs that you wouldn't think would be a big draw particularly, like some Shrewsbury, Walsall, Burton Albion. But I suppose if you're a semi-pro, oh, there's another one. No, cleared. Thank God for that. Yeah, if you're a semi-pro, picking up somewhere between £200 and £300 a week, moving down south and picking up probably £700, £800, maybe £1,000 a week becomes a very appealing proposition. Right, we have not done very well in this first half. Let's just take a little look here. See, they're very, very strong. Like I say, this lad they've got up front is very strong for them. You see they're centering a lot of play around him. Ryan seems to be a little bit isolated up there at the moment. So we're going to have to keep a little eye on that, I think. We don't seem to be getting up and around him too much. So let's tell him we want to see a much better showing in the second half. At least try and get him motivated. And then we'll think about some tactical changes maybe around the hour mark, if we haven't got back into it. Slater hits one. Oh, just wide. Eastwood didn't even move. Maybe he thought he had it covered. I don't know. Corner here from Solly. Jones is there, and it's a great header. His 5th goal of the season. I think they've all come as headers from corners. Solly, good ball in there towards the near post area. Jones just leaps higher than anybody else, and that's a really, really solid header. And so it's 1 apiece again. All level. About 30 minutes to go. Queen's Park trying to build something here from the back. They don't seem too mentally fragile, do they, Queen's Park, having had 4 games without a win in the league. Oh, there's that long ball over for Ryan. He's not through on goal, though. What's he going to do? Oh, that's a penalty, surely. And Ryan will take it himself, undoubtedly. I'm not going to say too much. He's been lethal this season so far. Oh, jinxed it. Absolutely jinxed it. Here's McInroy, back to Hodson. Can we fashion another opportunity here? I knew I shouldn't have said anything. Any time in this series, it's just been bonkers. That whenever I say anything, something bad happens. So I've got to learn to keep my mouth shut in positions where we've got penalties, for example. Anyway, about 20 minutes to go. Maybe we'll look at making a change or two. Ryan seems to have been affected a little bit by missing that penalty. Do I risk taking him off? I think I'm going to, you know. I'm going to bring Gomez on. Fresh legs up front. Give him something else to think about. McInroy's not having his best game, so we're going to bring Mr. Lovejoy on himself. Ian McShane. And get them back out for the last 20 minutes. Opportunity here starts with Queen's Park. Can we clear that? Oh, goodness me. Where was Eastwood there? He was in no man's land, wasn't he? 15 left on the clock. 10 minutes now. I'm not sure if this goes to extra time or goes straight to penalties. We'll have to wait and see. Wilson is absolutely wrecked. Do we take him off? Maybe we will. Just in case he has to take a penalty and he's too tired. We do have Ndukwu. So just 30 seconds left. Solly absolutely leathers it into touch. So that should be the end of the 90, I would think. And what happens now? Not sure. Okay, well, we're going to tell everyone to dig in and give everything they've got. Eastwood is nervous, so let's have a little chat with him. A lot more to come from you. Believe you got what it takes. Still nervous. So it is extra time. I wonder if we get an extra substitution. We'll have a look at that in a minute, because we do have some tired legs out there. Let's see who we can try and bring on, if it will let us. Maybe we'll take Hodson off and bring Langer on. Nope, we can't. Okay, fair enough. We just have to go with it then. They similarly have a lot of tired players. Let's give them a shout. Fire them up a little bit. Come on, boys. Oh, that seems to have depressed everybody in the team. Here's Anderson with a throw-in. Perhaps. There he goes, finally. And Ndukwu. Oh, what a hit! Right into the bottom corner. And is that the goal that's going to win us the trophy? It could well be. Leighton and Ndukwu not long on as a substitute, but what a great finish that was. Throw in from Anderson. He really took his time. Came back to him, and look at that for a hit. Not quite as cleanly hit as Queen's Park one in the first half, but placed beautifully into the bottom corner. And so, time to get cautious. Lots of time wasting, no more overlapping. Let's just shut up shop a little bit. Just a few minutes to go. We're into the last minute now. Oh, there's a highlight here, but it starts with us. Solly takes a throw. Queen's Park looking to attack, but Anderson picks up that loose ball. Hodson looking over the top. Back to their goalkeeper. We're into added time here at the end of the 120 minutes. That's a good ball out wide. Can we get in and close them down? There's McShane, wins the ball. Up to Gomez. Bikey wins the loose ball here. Is he going to run past his man? He is. Can he get it across? Go on, son. Mitchell and Ndukwu, and it's the second goal for Ndukwu. It's 3-1 to Stirling Albion. Time is all but up. There's probably just about time for Queen's Park to kick off. And that's a 3-1 lead. Well, there's absolutely no chance we can blow this now. Not even with my record at blowing things in the past. That has got to be it. There it is, full time. The boys strolling up. It'll be Marcel Langer goes to pick the trophy up, I suppose. Although he wasn't on the pitch, so maybe Lloyd Jones will go and pick it up. Oh, it's like a platey kind of thing. Or it was, and now it's transformed into a trophy. And look out for the fireworks. There we go. Fireworks, magic confetti, supposedly dropped out of a helicopter or something. What an amazing performance, and what a great, great trophy for us to win. So that's our second trophy in this series so far, having won the Scottish League 2 last season. And it's making a difference to our reputation, so we're almost up to 2-star reputation now. As I'm expecting to probably win the league in the next few games too, I wouldn't be surprised to see that go up to 2-star by the end of the season. And I think that's really going to help us in terms of looking for jobs if we decide to leave in the summer. Given that it is pretty much a foregone conclusion that we are going to win this League 1, I'm going to come back for the very last game of the season. Exactly the same stadium we just played the cup final at, but this time a league game away to Clyde. I think that'll be an interesting way to wrap up the season and have a little think about what our plans will be for the summer and beyond. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. What a great turnaround it was in that game, and a fabulous way to end it with a trophy in the cabinet. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole, I would love to see them below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's lots of good content on here. We have the mighty Magyars Hungary save running concurrently and a lot of stuff in the back catalogue. So come and hop on the GreenoBus. There's room for everybody. Well, it just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for that last game of the season with Stirling Albion. Bye for now.